Let me ask you something. Are you really in control of your life, or are you just reacting to everything that happens to you? Think about it. Do you wake up with a plan, a purpose, and a direction? Or are you just drifting, hoping things will somehow work out? Because here's the truth. Maturity isn't about how many years you've been alive. It's not about paying bills, having a job, or calling yourself an adult. Maturity is about ownership. It's about taking full responsibility for your choices, mastering your emotions, and playing a long game instead of chasing quick fixes. But most people, they never get there. They live on autopilot, ruled by their impulses, blaming others for their failures, and running from discomfort. And then they wonder why nothing ever changes. Today, that stops. Today, you learn the 6 laws of maturity. Laws that separate those who succeed from those who stay stuck. These aren't just tips or suggestions. They are non-negotiable. You follow them or you get left behind. Period. Maturity isn't about age. It's about ownership. We've all seen people in their 40s and 50s who still act like children, blaming the world, making excuses, avoiding responsibility. And we've seen teenagers who handle their business with more maturity than most adults. Why? Because maturity has nothing to do with age and everything to do with ownership. Ask yourself right now, are you running your life, or is your life running you? Do you take responsibility for your decisions, or do you blame your circumstances? Do you control your emotions, or do they control you? Because until you own everything, your time, your habits, your mindset, you will never be in charge of your future. Are you living proactively or just reacting to life? There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who create their future and those who react to it. Most people live in reaction mode. They wait until they're broke to care about money. They wait until they're unhealthy to start thinking about fitness. They wait until their relationships fall apart before they realize they should have been putting in effort all along. And then what happens? They blame everything but themselves. But the truth is, your life today is a result of the decisions you made yesterday. And your life tomorrow, it will be shaped by what you choose to do today. So ask yourself, are you setting the direction of your life, or are you just hoping for the best? Because hope is not a strategy. Hope doesn't build success. Action does. Why most people stay stuck in immaturity. Let's get real. Most people never grow up. They stay mentally and emotionally stuck because maturity requires work, and most people aren't willing to do it. Here's why. They love their excuses. It's easier to blame the economy, bad luck, or other people than to admit they need to change. They avoid discomfort. Growth is painful, and most people would rather stay comfortable, even if it means staying weak. They chase validation. Instead of earning their own respect, they waste their lives trying to impress people who don't even care. But here's what they don't realize. Avoiding the hard things now only makes life harder later. Immaturity is expensive. It costs you opportunities, relationships, and success. If you're not careful, one day you'll wake up and realize that life has passed you by, and all because you weren't willing to do what needed to be done. Mastering these laws or being mastered by life. Your choice. There's no middle ground here. Either you master these laws, or life will master you. If you don't take full responsibility for your life, you'll always feel powerless. If you don't control your emotions, they will control you and ruin your relationships, career, and opportunities. If you don't stop chasing approval, you'll waste your whole life trying to please people who don't even matter. If you rely on motivation instead of discipline, you'll stay stuck, never making real progress. If you refuse to grow, life will leave you behind. And if you surround yourself with weak, negative people, you will never reach your full potential. The good news? You have a choice. You can decide, right now, to grow, to take ownership, to step up, what to expect, a blueprint for true growth. This isn't just another motivational speech. I'm not here to give you a quick dopamine hit that fades away by tomorrow. I'm here to give you the blueprint for true maturity. 6 powerful laws that will change the way you think, act, and live. Here's what we're diving into. Law 1. Take full responsibility for everything in your life. No more excuses. No more blaming. You own your life, period. Law 2. Control your emotions before they control you. Emotional discipline is power. Learn to master it. Law 3. Stop seeking approval. Earn your own respect. Confidence isn't given. It's built, and it starts with you. Law 4. Discipline over motivation. The secret to consistency. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is forever. Law 5. Adapt or be left behind. Growth is non-negotiable. If you're not evolving, you're decaying. Law 6. Cut out weakness. Surround yourself with strength. The people around you shape your future. Choose wisely. These laws are the foundation of success, strength, and self-respect. And over the next hour, I'm going to show you exactly how to apply them to your life. So buckle up, because the easy road ends here. This is where real change begins. Law 1. Stop blaming, start owning. The hard truth: no one is coming to save you. Let me tell you something that might sting a little. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to fix your problems for you. The sooner you accept this truth, the sooner you gain real power over your life. Most people avoid this reality because it's uncomfortable. They want to believe that if they wait long enough, someone will come along and make things right. Maybe it's a friend, a boss, a mentor, or even the government. But here's the raw truth. Waiting for a savior is like waiting for rain in a drought. It might never come, and even if it does, it won't be enough to change your life. Blaming others feels good, but it's a trap. Blaming others gives you a temporary sense of relief. It allows you to justify why you're not where you want to be. But while it feels good in the moment, it's a mental prison. The more you blame, the less control you have. And the less control you have, the weaker you become. Think about it. When was the last time blaming actually changed anything? Did it get you closer to your goals? Did it improve your situation? The answer is always no. Winners don't waste time pointing fingers. They take control. Why waiting for a savior will keep you stuck forever? There are two types of people in this world: victims and winners. Victims wait, hope, and complain. Winners act, adapt, and take responsibility. Which one do you want to be? Waiting for someone else to solve your problems is the fastest way to stay stuck. It keeps you passive, powerless, and at the mercy of circumstances. But when you own your life, when you take full responsibility, everything changes. You move from helpless to powerful, from stuck to unstoppable. The hidden cost of blaming: it's stealing your potential. Every time you blame, you give away a piece of your future. You trade growth for comfort. You trade solution for excuses. And over time, those little trades add up to a life of mediocrity. Blaming might feel justified. It might even be true that someone else contributed to your problems. But truth doesn't matter. Results do. And results only come when you take ownership. Blamers stay stuck. Owners evolve. Look at any successful person. What do they have in common? They take ownership. They don't waste time blaming the economy, their upbringing, or bad luck. They focus on what they can control and take action. Excuses are easy. Ownership is hard, but it's the only path forward. It's easy to make excuses. It's easy to say, I can't because of this or that. But easy won't get you anywhere. The only path forward is a hard one. Owning every choice, every mistake, and every opportunity. The ownership mindset shift from victim to problem solver. The moment you stop asking who's at fault and start asking, what can I do, is the moment your life begins to change. Problems will always exist, but how you approach them makes all the difference. Responsibility is power. Why owning your life changes everything. Responsibility isn't a burden. It's power. When you take responsibility, you gain control. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the architect of your future. This is where real freedom comes from. Not from blaming, not from waiting, but from owning your actions and their outcomes. Real freedom comes from accountability, not excuses. The more accountable you are, the freer you become. Excuses create chains. Responsibility breaks them. When you stop making excuses, you stop giving your power away. You become unstoppable because nothing can hold you back except you. Actionable steps to take full responsibility for your life. Identify where you're making excuses. Look at your life honestly. Where are you blaming instead of acting? Where are you waiting instead of creating? Identify these areas and commit to change. Shift your language, no more I can't, or it's not my fault. Language shapes mindset. Instead of saying, I can't do this because, say, how can I make this work? Instead of saying, it's not my fault, say, what can I do to fix this? Own every outcome, both wins and losses. If you want full control, you have to own everything, the good and the bad. When you win, celebrate. When you fail, learn, but never, ever blame. Take daily action towards solutions. Ownership isn't just about mindset. It's about action. Every day, do at least one thing that moves you closer to your goals. Small steps, taken consistently, create massive results. Surround yourself with accountability. The people you spend time with influence your mindset. If you're around blamers, you will blame. If you're around action takers, you'll take action. Choose your circle wisely. The decision that separates the weak from the strong. Blaming is comforting, but ownership is liberating. Weak people stay stuck because they refuse to take responsibility. Strong people rise because they embrace it. Are you ready to take full control of your life? This is the moment of truth. You can keep blaming, keep waiting, and keep struggling. Or you can take ownership, take action, and take control. The first step to real maturity starts now. Maturity isn't about age. It's about ownership. And it starts the moment you decide to stop blaming and start owning. The choice is yours. Make the right one. Law number 2, master your emotions or be controlled by them. The harsh truth, your emotions are not in charge. Let me tell you something. Your emotions are not in charge. They scream, they push, they demand, but they are not the ones making the final decision. You are, or at least you should be. Most people let their emotions drive their actions. They get angry, so they lash out. They feel insecure, so they hide. They feel slighted, so they hold grudges. But ask yourself, has this ever truly helped you? Has reacting impulsively ever led to real progress in your life? If you don't control your emotions, they will control you. And emotions left unchecked will sabotage your future. The truth is, life doesn't care about how you feel in the moment. Success, discipline, and growth require you to rise above fleeting emotions and choose a response that aligns with your goals. Emotional mastery isn't about being cold or robotic. It's about being strategic. It's about knowing that feelings come and go, but your actions shape your destiny. Reacting versus responding. The difference between strength and weakness. There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who react and those who respond. The weak react. The strong respond. A reaction is automatic. It's raw, unfiltered, and usually reckless. It's the angry text you send before thinking. It's the argument you escalate because you felt disrespected. It's the fear that makes you quit before you even start. A response, on the other hand, is intentional. It's thought out. It considers the bigger picture. It's what separates those who crumble under pressure from those who thrive in adversity. Think of the greatest leaders in history. Did they panic when things got tough? No. They remained steady. They controlled their emotions and directed their energy where it mattered most. That's the power of responding instead of reacting. Why letting feelings rule your life leads to chaos. Imagine letting a toddler drive your car. That's what happens when you let your emotions run your life. Your feelings are impulsive, short-sighted, and often irrational. If you let them steer, they will crash you into regret, failure, and missed opportunities. People lose jobs because they couldn't control their anger. They destroy relationships because they let insecurity dictate their behavior. They abandon their dreams because fear whispered that they weren't good enough. If you want success, you must take the wheel back. Your emotions are passengers. They can be acknowledged, but they don't get control of the journey. The hidden danger of emotional weakness. You can't win if your feelings dictate your decisions. Period. Success requires consistency, discipline, and resilience. But emotions are unpredictable. They fluctuate with circumstances, exhaustion, and stress. If you only work hard when you feel like it, you'll never reach your goals. If you only show up when you're motivated, you'll never build anything lasting. Think about athletes. Do you think they always feel like training? No, but they show up anyway. Because they know Discipline wins where emotion fails. From anger to fear, how out of control emotions destroy your life. Unchecked anger pushes people away. Uncontrolled fear keeps you stuck. Insecurity makes you sabotage opportunities. Every emotion, when left unregulated, turns into an obstacle, but when mastered, they become fuel. Look at some of the most successful people in the world. They've all felt fear, anger, doubt, but they didn't let it dictate their actions. They used those emotions as motivation. They turned pain into power. And so can you. The cycle of regret. Why impulsive reactions lead to long-term damage. Have you ever said something in anger and regretted it later? Have you ever made a decision out of fear and realized you missed an opportunity? That's the price of emotional weakness. Regret is a heavy burden, and most of it comes from reacting without thinking. You owe it to yourself to break the cycle. Learn to pause. Learn to assess. Learn to control. How to take back control. Mastering emotional discipline. Emotion is energy, but energy must be directed. A fire can burn down a house or power a steam engine. It all depends on how it's controlled. Your emotions are no different. Instead of suppressing them, learn to channel them. Turn your triggers into tests, not explosions. When something upsets you, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? What's the best response here? Every emotional trigger is a chance to prove your strength, not lose it. Wise strength comes from staying calm in chaos. The calmest person in the room holds the most power. Why? Because when everyone else is losing control, they are thinking clearly. They see solutions where others see problems. They act with purpose instead of panic. If you want to lead, to succeed, to dominate in your field, you must master the art of remaining composed under pressure. The 3-step formula for emotional control. Pause. Interrupt the pattern before it controls you. The moment you feel anger, fear, or frustration rising, pause. Don't react. Give yourself space between emotion and action. This alone will change everything. Breathe. Reset your mind before responding. Take a deep breath. Science proves that controlled breathing resets the nervous system and clears your mind. Before responding to any situation, center yourself. Think. Choose a response that aligns with your goals. Every choice you make shapes your future. Do you want a future built on impulse or intention? Before acting, ask yourself, will this bring me closer to my goals or further away? Choose wisely. Your new emotional blueprint. Living with strength and stability. Master your emotions and you master your life. This isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about leading them. It's about recognizing that emotions are tools, not chains. Are you ready to stop being a slave to your feelings? Are you ready to step into your full power? Because the path to emotional maturity starts now. And once you walk it, nothing will ever shake you the same way again. Law 3. Discipline over motivation. The harsh reality, motivation is a liar. Let me tell you something. Motivation is a liar. It tells you that you'll feel ready, that the perfect moment will come, that one day everything will just click, and you'll suddenly have the energy, the focus, and the drive to do what needs to be done. But that day never comes, does it? Motivation feels good. It's exciting, it's energizing, it makes you believe you can do anything. But here's the problem. Motivation is fleeting. It's there when you're inspired, and it vanishes the moment things get tough. One hard day, one moment of doubt, and suddenly, motivation is nowhere to be found. And if you built your success on it, you'll fall apart the second it leaves. If you're waiting to feel motivated before you take action, you're wasting time. Because action doesn't come from motivation. Motivation comes from action. You don't wake up inspired to work out. You work out, and then you feel inspired. You don't feel motivated to write, to create, to build. You start doing it, and the motivation follows. If you flip the order, you take back control. Because waiting for motivation, that's just another way to procrastinate. The power of discipline. Winners show up no matter what. Success has nothing to do with feelings. The top athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the greatest artists, they don't rely on motivation. They don't wake up every day feeling excited to train, to work, to push through pain. But they do it anyway. Not because they're special, Not because they were born different, but because they understand a simple truth. Discipline is what separates the winners from everyone else. Think about the greatest athletes: Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, Kobe Bryant. Do you think they always felt like practicing? No, but they did it anyway. They showed up when they were tired. They showed up when they were sore. They showed up when it was hard. And that's why they became the best. The same goes for CEOs, creators, and high achievers in every field. They don't wait for inspiration. They don't care if they feel like it. They made discipline their default setting. And that's what makes them unstoppable. Why you must stop relying on feelings. I don't feel like it. Those 5 words will destroy your success faster than anything else. Because the moment you let feelings dictate your actions, you give up control. Discipline is not a talent. It's not something you're born with. It's a choice. Every day, you either choose to take action or you choose to make excuses. And let me tell you, if you only work when it's easy, you'll never be great. Greatness is built in the moments when you don't feel like showing up, but do it anyway. Think about it. How many times have you skipped something important because you weren't in the mood? How many times have you put off your goals because the timing wasn't perfect? Now, how many times has that decision led to regret? Success isn't about feeling ready. It's about doing what needs to be done, no matter what. Building unshakable discipline. Your new operating system. If you want to win, you have to make success non-negotiable. That means you don't ask yourself, do I feel like it? You ask yourself, is this important? And if the answer is yes, you do it. Period. The key is turning discipline into a habit, not a struggle. When you make something a habit, it stops being a choice. It becomes automatic. Do you have to think about brushing your teeth? No, because it's wired into your brain. That's how discipline works. You train yourself to act without hesitation, and over time, it stops feeling hard. It just becomes who you are. The difference between people who succeed and those who don't, the ones who succeed have mastered one rule. Do it anyway. They don't negotiate with themselves. They don't make excuses. They don't let emotions decide their actions. They just do the work. From excuses to execution, your action plan. Now it's time to take action. You don't build discipline overnight, but you can start right now. Here's how. Set non-negotiable habits. Stop waiting for motivation and start setting non-negotiable habits. If you want to work out, set a schedule and stick to it, no matter how you feel. If you want to write a book, set a daily word goal and hit it, whether you're inspired or not. Success is about showing up, not just when it's easy, but every single day. Train yourself to act. Even when you don't feel like it, the next time you catch yourself saying, I don't feel like it, do it anyway. This is how you rewire your brain. Every time you take action despite resistance, you weaken the voice of excuses and strengthen your discipline muscle. The more you do this, the easier it gets. Track, adjust, and keep going. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Track your progress. If you slip up, don't let it derail you. Adjust and keep moving forward. Winners don't quit when things get tough. They adapt, they learn, and they keep going. This is the key to everything. You don't need motivation. You need discipline. Because when you master discipline, you control your future. So stop waiting, stop making excuses, and start taking action. Success is yours, but only if you're willing to do the work. Law 4. Cut out weakness, build strength. Weakness is a choice. Every action makes you stronger or weaker. Let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. Weakness is a choice. Every single day, you are either getting stronger or you are getting weaker. There is no middle ground. Think about it. The decisions you make, the habits you keep, the way you respond to challenges, they all shape you. Every action either builds you up or tears you down. If you constantly take the easy route, if you give in to comfort and avoid difficulty, you are choosing weakness. Your habits define who you are. If you spend your time complaining, seeking validation, and making excuses, you are feeding weakness. But if you push yourself, if you step outside your comfort zone and embrace challenges, you are choosing strength. Comfort is the enemy. It seduces you, tells you to relax, convinces you that you can put things off until tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes for those who stay comfortable. The people who win in life are the ones who face discomfort head-on. They understand that struggle isn't something to avoid. It's the path to strength. The hard reality: weakness spreads like a disease. You might think that your habits are personal, that they only affect you. But weakness spreads like a disease. If you surround yourself with weak people, their mindset will infect you. There's a saying, show me your circle, and I'll show you your future. If you spend time with people who complain, procrastinate, and accept mediocrity, you will become just like them. But if you surround yourself with disciplined, driven individuals, their strength will push you to be better. The brutal truth? No one respects weakness. Not in business. Not in relationships. Not in life. The world rewards those who show strength. Strength of character, strength of will, strength of discipline. No one hands success to the person who makes excuses. You become what you tolerate. If you tolerate laziness, you will become lazy. If you tolerate excuses, you'll become someone who always finds reasons not to act. But if you raise your standards, if you refuse to allow weakness in your life, you will rise to a new level. The price of weakness. It feels good now, but it costs you everything. Weakness feels good in the moment. Skipping a workout feels good. Eating junk food feels good. Procrastinating feels good. But every time you take the easy way out, you pay a price. Short-term comfort leads to long-term pain. If you avoid discomfort now, you will suffer later. If you don't push yourself, life will push you around. If you don't build strength, the world will break you. Weakness doesn't hit you all at once. It creeps in slowly. You make one small compromise, then another, and before you know it, you've settled into a life of mediocrity. That's how potential dies, not in one big moment, but in 1,000 small moments of weakness. And here's the worst part. Regret is heavy. Looking back and knowing you could have done more, could have been more, could have achieved more. That pain is unbearable. Strength is the only way forward. Steps to build strength. Rewire your mind for power. If you want to be strong, you have to train yourself for it. You have to rewire your mind, make strength a habit. Here's how. Do hard things daily. Push yourself every single day. Make discomfort your new normal. Whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, challenge yourself so that difficulty becomes familiar. Destroy excuses. Excuses are the language of weakness. If you wait until you feel ready, you will never act. Successful people don't operate on feelings. They operate on commitment. Take action, no matter what. Set an unbreakable standard for yourself. Decide who you want to be and don't compromise. Your standards determine your future. If you want to be strong, hold yourself to a higher level of discipline and effort. Surround yourself with strength. Your environment determines your success. Your environment shapes you. If you are surrounded by weakness, it will drag you down. If you are surrounded by strength, it will pull you up. Audit your circle. Take a hard look at the people around you. Are they pushing you to be better, or are they keeping you stuck? Weakness cannot be part of your inner world. If someone is constantly negative, always making excuses, always avoiding growth, cut them out. Find people who challenge you, not comfort you. You don't need people who tell you what you want to hear. You need people who push you, who demand more from you, who refuse to let you settle. That's how you grow. Strength is a mindset. It's a commitment. It's a way of life. Keep pushing. Keep growing. Because in the end, strength is the only thing that will carry you through. Law number 5. Stop seeking approval. Start living for yourself. The trap of validation. Approval is a prison you build for yourself. Let me ask you something. Who are you living for? Are you making decisions based on what truly matters to you? Or are you constantly adjusting to fit the expectations of others? Because if you're living for approval, you are walking straight into a prison. And here's the worst part. You built it yourself. We all crave validation. It's human nature. But there's a fine line between appreciating recognition and becoming dependent on it. If your self-worth is tied to applause, then what happens when the crowd stops clapping? You crumble. You feel lost. Because your sense of identity was never really yours to begin with. Look around. The strongest, most successful people aren't waiting for a round of applause. They move forward with or without it. Think about the greats: Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey. They weren't waiting for people to tell them they were on the right track. They decided their own direction and walked it with confidence. If you live for approval, you'll die from rejection. That's the truth. And the sooner you break free from that cycle, the sooner you start living on your terms. Why most people stay stuck? Fear of judgment keeps you small. One of the biggest reasons people never reach their potential? Fear of judgment. People will talk no matter what. If you succeed, they'll find a reason to criticize you. If you fail, they'll laugh. If you stay in the middle, they'll ignore you. So why are you letting their opinions dictate your life? You can't control what people think. That's an illusion. One minute they love you, the next minute they don't. So stop trying to please them. It's a losing game. The only thing you can control is how much weight you give their opinions. Look at any person who has done something remarkable. At some point, they had to make a choice: stay comfortable or step into criticism. Every actor who became a star, every entrepreneur who built a business, every artist who put their work out there, they all faced judgment, but they kept going. And that's the difference. If you let fear of criticism dictate your decisions, you'll live your life in a cage. The only way out is to recognize this fear for what it is: a chain you put on yourself. And you have the key. You always did. The powerful mindset shift. Indifference is your superpower. There is one mindset shift that will change everything for you. Stop caring what they think. The day you stop caring is the day you become free. Free to make your own decisions. Free to take risks. Free to live for yourself, not for a scoreboard that other people are controlling. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying you should ignore constructive feedback. Growth comes from learning. But there's a huge difference between listening to valuable advice and being a slave to opinions that don't serve you. Most people giving you their 2 cents haven't even paid their own dues. Why should their judgment matter more than your own? Detachment is strength. The moment you detach from the need for approval, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for permission. You stop hesitating. You start doing what truly matters to you. Living authentically is the greatest form of freedom. Own your choices. Make decisions that align with your values, not someone else's expectations. Because at the end of the day, the only person who has to live with your choices is you. How to live on your terms. Build unshakable self-trust. So, how do you start living for yourself? It all comes down to trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your own judgment. You know what's best for you. Deep down, you do. The problem is, you've been trained to doubt yourself. Society, school, friends, family, everyone has an opinion about what you should do. And over time, those voices drown out your own. It's time to take back control. Start small. Make decisions without asking for approval. Trust yourself enough to make mistakes. Because that's how confidence is built. Through action, not through validation. Act despite fear. Fear of judgment only holds power over those who let it. The moment you move forward, despite the fear, is the moment you win. Every time you act in defiance of doubt, you build strength. And finally, redefine success. Stop measuring it by other people's standards. Set your own. Create a vision that excites you, not one that impresses them. Because when you live on your own terms, approval becomes irrelevant. You don't need their permission. You never did. So stop waiting. Start living. Law 6. Focus on the long game. Short-term thinking is a trap. Why most people fail. You want it fast? That's why you keep losing. Look around. People want everything now: success, wealth, respect. But they're not willing to do what it takes to earn it. They chase shortcuts, hoping for quick results. And when they don't get them, they quit. That's why most people stay stuck. Because they don't understand one simple truth. Greatness takes time. Think about it. You don't plant a seed and expect a tree overnight. You don't hit the gym once and wake up with six-pack abs. But that's exactly how most people treat success. They start a new goal, don't see instant results, and give up. They don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they're impatient. The hidden cost of short-term thinking? It steals your future. Chasing quick wins means sacrificing long-term success. Look at people who constantly jump from one idea to the next, always looking for the next big thing. Where do they end up? Right back where they started, because they never commit to the process. If you want to win, you must play the long game. Success demands patience. It demands consistency. It demands resilience. The people who win aren't always the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who keep going when everyone else gives up. The power of long-term vision. See beyond a day. A tree doesn't grow in a day. Neither does your success. Every great achievement starts with a vision. Look at the world's most successful people. Did Elon Musk build Tesla in a month? Did Michael Jordan become the greatest overnight? No, they played the long game. They saw beyond the day, beyond the setbacks, beyond the obstacles, and they kept going. The problem is, most people live only for the moment. They let emotions dictate their actions instead of thinking strategically. They react instead of planning. Winners? They think like chess players. They plan 10 steps ahead while everyone else is thinking about their next move. That's where the compound effect comes in. Every action you take today builds momentum for your future. Every small decision, working out, learning a skill, saving money, compounds over time. It may not seem like much now, but give it months, years, decades, and you'll see the difference between those who played the long game and those who didn't. So ask yourself, are you thinking about where you want to be 5, 10, 20 years from now? Or are you just getting by, hoping things will magically fall into place? Invest in the right things. Play for legacy, not cheap thrills. You're either building or destroying your future. There's no in-between. Every choice you make moves you closer to success or further from it. You're either stacking bricks to build your empire or tearing it down with distractions. The question is, what are you investing in? Most people waste their resources on things that don't matter. Scrolling endlessly on social media, binge-watching TV, spending money on things they don't need. Then they wonder why they're stuck. The truth is simple. Where you put your time, energy, and money determines where you end up. Winners invest in the things that last. Skills, knowledge, health, and mindset. They understand that temporary pleasure kills long-term growth. That's why they say no to comfort. They push through discomfort because they know real growth happens outside the comfort zone. Want to change your life? Audit yourself. Look at where your time is going. Look at your habits. Are they moving you forward or holding you back? The answer will tell you everything you need to know. Final challenge. Are you playing to win or just killing time? Most people just survive. Winners play to dominate. There's a difference between existing and truly living. Most people wake up, go through the motions, and call it a life. They settle. They wait. They hope. But hope without action is nothing. If you want more, you have to go get it. Set real goals. Not just vague wishes, but clear, measurable, actionable targets. Clarity and commitment create unstoppable momentum. When you know exactly what you want and take consistent action, success becomes inevitable. And here's the final key, daily execution. It's not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day. You don't become great by making one big move. You become great by doing the right things consistently over time. So ask yourself, are you playing to win or are you just killing time? Because in the end, the only thing that separates those who succeed from those who don't is this: who's willing to keep going? Maturity is ownership. No one's coming to save you. Let me tell you something that might sting a little. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. And no one is responsible for your life but you. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start winning. Too many people live their lives waiting for a lucky break, waiting for someone to recognize their potential, waiting for the perfect moment. And guess what? That moment never comes. Because success doesn't knock on your door. You have to go out and get it. The moment you stop waiting and start acting is the moment everything changes. Every successful person you admire, they didn't wait. They took control. They made decisions, took risks, and owned their failures. If you want to change your life, it starts with owning every piece of it, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Your life, your rules. Take control or be controlled. Life is a battlefield, and if you don't take control, you will be controlled. By circumstances, by people, by distractions, by your own excuses. There are only two types of people in this world. Those who dictate their future and those who are dictated by it. You have a choice to make. Will you be the driver or the passenger? Will you let fear, doubt, and comfort dictate your path? Or will you step up, take charge, and build the life you want? It's easy to complain about what you don't have. It's easy to blame others for where you are. But complaining and blaming won't change a thing. Action will. And that starts with realizing that every decision, every effort, and every sacrifice is your responsibility. It's always been on you. No one's handing you success. Nobody owes you anything. Success isn't a handout. It's a war. And the battlefield is your mind, your discipline, and your work ethic. Think about this. The most successful people in the world weren't given a roadmap. They figured it out. They took ownership of their struggles and turned them into stepping stones. Stop waiting for permission. Stop hoping someone will show you the way. It's always been on you. The question is, are you ready to own it? From victim to victor, the mindset shift that changes everything. The difference between a victim and a victor isn't circumstance, it's mindset. A victim says, why is this happening to me? A victor says, how can I make this work for me? Life will hit you. You will face setbacks. You will feel lost at times. But winners don't sit in self-pity. They rise. They adapt. They find a way. The moment you stop blaming and start solving, you become unstoppable. Shift your mindset, and you shift your destiny. Master your emotions. They can build you or break you. Your feelings don't care about your future. Act anyway. Let's get one thing straight. Your emotions are not in charge. Your feelings don't care about your future. They want comfort. They want the easy way out. But success demands that you act even when you don't feel like it. Motivation is unreliable. Some days, you'll wake up ready to conquer the world. Other days, you won't want to get out of bed. The winners, they do the work anyway, because they understand that discipline is the real game changer. If you let your emotions control you, you'll never reach your potential. If you learn to control them, you become unstoppable. Embrace discomfort. Growth only happens under pressure. You can't grow inside your comfort zone. Everything you want is on the other side of fear, doubt, and struggle. If you avoid discomfort, you avoid progress. Think about a diamond. It's formed under extreme pressure. The same goes for you. Struggle isn't a sign to quit. It's a sign you're leveling up. Lean into it. Push through. That's where real growth happens. Emotional control is power. Stay focused. Stay relentless. The most powerful people in the world aren't ruled by their emotions. They master them. They stay focused when others lose control. They stay relentless when others give up. Every time you let anger, fear, or frustration dictate your actions, you give away your power. Take it back. Control your mind, and you control your future. The long game. Play to win, not just to survive. The best things take time. Stop rushing process. Success is a sprint. It's a marathon. Stop expecting instant results. Stop quitting when things don't happen overnight. Everything worth having takes time. A great body, a strong mindset, a successful career, all requires patience, consistency, and sacrifice. The sooner you embrace the long game, the sooner you start winning. Sacrifice today, dominate tomorrow. If you're not willing to sacrifice now, you'll pay for it later. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail? Sacrifice. The successful give up comfort for progress. They trade distractions for discipline. They invest in themselves while others waste time. If you want to dominate tomorrow, you need to make the right moves today. Your future is in your hands. Every choice matters. Every single decision you make is shaping your future. The question is, are you making choices that push you forward or hold you back? Every workout skipped, every hour wasted, every excuse made, all adds up. But so, do the good choices. Every effort, every discipline, every smart decision. It builds momentum. Choose wisely. Your time is now. Apply these laws. Don't just read, execute. Knowledge is useless without execution. You can read 1,000 motivational speeches, but if you don't apply what you learn, nothing changes. Stop consuming and start doing. Success doesn't come from what you know. It comes from what you do with it. Every day is a chance to reinvent yourself. Take it. It doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter how many times you failed. Every day is a new opportunity to be better, to push harder, to rise higher. The past is done. The future is waiting. The only thing that matters is what you do today. Your time is now. Own it. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more playing small. You have one life, one shot, one chance to build something great. Take control. Make your move. And don't stop until you win.